Hello everyone, welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College. Subject EVS 1, Standard 5. We are going to see chapter number 3, the earth and its living world. We are going to begin our discussion by answering some of these questions. The first question is, where do you get water from? We get water from all the water sources like rivers, lakes, wells, and of course rain, which is the main source of water. Where do we lay the foundation of buildings? Yes, children, we have always seen buildings being constructed on the hard surface of land. What need do we meet through breathing? We breathe in oxygen. From where does the earth get light and heat? We get light and heat from the sun. In this next slide, children, we are seeing the picture of the earth, the planet on which we live on. We have studied that the planet Earth is occupied by land and water. The surface of the earth is covered mostly by water. You can see, children, in this picture, in this slide, the blue part, the blue portion is all water and the green is the land. About 1/3 part of the earth is land and 2/3 part is water. The earth is surrounded by atmosphere. And what is atmosphere, children? Atmosphere is a thick layer of various gases surrounding the earth. There are living things on land, in water, and also in air. The sun is the main source of light. And there are many processes carried on due to the sun, like growth of plants, or plants make their food with the help of sunlight, which is called as photosynthesis. We get light and heat from the sun for the whole day, and it is being used in many ways by all the living things on the earth. In short, we can say that life on earth is due to the sun's energy. Water, land, and air constitute to the envelope of the earth, and we call them as hydrosphere, lithosphere, and atmosphere. And biosphere spreads in all the three spheres. We are going to study about all the three spheres of the earth in detail. Let us begin with lithosphere. The outer covering of the earth is called the earth's crust. The earth's crust is made up of sand and stone. It is very hard. It is the place where we live on and the foundations of buildings are laid. Plants to grow in lithosphere. When we are traveling from one place to another, along the route, we see many stretches of land. Some of the land is covered by fields where crops grow. And some places we see the land covered by huge forests. While traveling towards or into the mountains, when we are traveling in the Ghats, we are able to see the layers of soil. We can also see the roots penetrating into the rocks, and the huge rocks sometimes crack due to the roots penetrating into it. If we observe carefully, we will see that the land is not the same at all the places. There are many ups and downs, like we have mountains, hillocks, rivers, lakes, shores, passes, plains, plateaus, valleys, etc. This unevenness gives rise to different shapes and they are called as landforms. As I told you before, that about one third of the surface of the earth consists of land and two-thirds of the earth's surface is covered with water. Now this above slide is showing us the various landforms. Can you see, children? The landforms. Seashores, we can see seashores, plains, hills, mountains, passes, valleys, hillocks, etc. We can see rivers and lakes too flowing across. All these are various landforms on the earth. The vast continuous stretch of land on the earth is called a continent. All the land that is covered on the earth is divided into 7 continents, namely Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, Antarctica. Children, please note Asia is the largest continent and Australia is the smallest. The above slide is showing you the map which shows us different continents and oceans on the surface of the earth. We can see that all the land stretches are separated from each other by water bodies. There are 5 oceans, namely the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, the Southern Ocean and the Indian Ocean. The ocean water is salty. There is a lot of salt content in the ocean water. Though it cannot be used for any of our domestic purposes, we extract a lot of salt from it. We can, while traveling from Mumbai to Gujarat, we can see various salt pans. These salt pans are the process of extracting salt from the ocean. The land along the ocean is called as the coastal regions. Water bodies of different shape and sizes are formed along the coast. For example, sea, bay, strait, gulf, creeks, etc. These water bodies are part of the ocean. Let us see what is surface water. There are many streams of water flowing over the land. This water is not salty. It does not have any salt content in it. It is fresh water. We can use this water for our domestic purposes. This water is in the form of rills, brooks, streams or rivers. Rills are the smallest and rivers are the biggest. Rills, brooks, streams join each other to form a river. Rivers, small rivers, they join together and make a bigger river. In this slide, we can see River Ganga and its tributaries. Sometimes while flowing on its way, the river cascades down a sudden drop. This forms a waterfall. We enjoy a lot of waterfalls after the rainy season. A water body formed by water collecting naturally in a low-lying area of land is called a lake. In places where the atmospheric temperature is low, water particles in the cloud freeze and they come down in the form of snow. When the layers of snow pile up on the ground, they form ice. When such layer of ice pile up in the low-lying areas, they become enormous in size. This huge mass of ice is called a glacier. Sometimes there are huge blocks of ice floating in the ocean. They are actually so huge, like the mountains of ice floating in the ocean. They are called icebergs. Apart from this water on the surface of the earth, there is a lot of water that is collected down under the ground in the layers of rock. Where does this water come from? During the rains or when the water is flowing on the land, it seeps inside and gets collected in the layer of rocks. This water is called as groundwater. We can reach this groundwater with the help of wells, tube wells, hand pumps, and so on. This water too becomes very useful for all the living things on the earth. Hence, the water or ice that occupies the earth's surface under the ground and water vapor in the atmosphere all together is called the earth's hydrosphere. In this part, we have seen the lithosphere and hydrosphere of the earth. In the next video, we shall see atmosphere and water cycle. Thank you. I hope you have understood this.